Hi, this is Linda Lysakowski, and I'm here to talk to you about one of my quick guides for nonprofits. And Joanne Oppelt, my good friend, and I wrote 14 of these books. They're very quick and easy to read. You can see it's probably a small book, but this one is Best Kept Secrets to Engaging and Retaining Business Donors. And both Joanne and I have worked in numerous environments, sometimes Joanne mostly in grant writing. And my specialty was always working in the business community because I love working with business leaders. And many times we ignore the businesses in our community and we only go after them when we want to talk about sponsoring an event. And frankly, I have found in my career that most business executives are really sick of special events. Sometimes they really like sponsoring an event because, yes, they get some publicity. Their name is maybe on all the printed material, and maybe they have a banner, or maybe they even get a chance to get up and speak at the event because they are a major sponsor. But I find that a lot of times what businesses are really looking for is how to help their community in the best way. And sometimes that's not by doing a special event. So this in this book we talk about all the types of things that you need to know about the business community, such as how to create awareness in the business community about your organization, what businesses really are looking for, and helping them meet their goals. And don't forget, this is not just about getting money from them, it's helping them meet their goals. We talk about the different ways businesses give and how to speak business speak instead of nonprofit speak. It's kind of a different language in a lot of ways. But I want to talk to you today about approaching business executives. Sealing the deal and receiving donations year after year are also part of this book. But I think the way we approach businesses is really something that most people don't quite understand. And there's a difference when you're dealing with a small business in your community or a large corporation, but they all have some similarities too. When you're dealing with small businesses, remember they are usually members of your community in most cases, and they care about your community and they want to have a good reputation in the community. So meeting with them is a little bit easier because you can meet business owners at different functions at maybe the Chamber of Commerce, maybe a Rotary meeting, a Kiwanis, or many, many different types of service organizations, which a lot of these small business people join because it's good for their business. So it might be a little bit easier to meet the small business leader. When you're dealing with larger corporations, yes, that's where a lot of the money is because they're bigger corporations. They obviously have a bigger budget, but percentage wise, small businesses actually give more than the big businesses do. But when you're dealing with a large corporation, you have to find out who is a decision maker. And it may not be an owner per se, it may be the general manager, because most large corporations are owned by their stockholders. So there's no one person to go to that actually owns the business, but they may have a philanthropic office. And I know I worked for a fairly large bank in my career before I entered this profession of fundraising. And we had a CEO of the bank and, of course, an executive vice president, and they made a lot of the major decisions. But as far as giving, we had a corporate giving office, and the leader of that office was quite influential. She really influenced the decisions that the executives had to approve in the long run. And some organizations that are big corporations have actually a giving committee. It may be people across their range of employees who make decisions. And I find a lot of corporations do like empowering people. Some very famous big corporations have giving committees where their employees make the decisions. So I think it's important for you to think when you're dealing with a big corporation, who are the real decision makers and how we get to those people. So this book, I think, will give you a lot of tips on raising money from your business community, but just getting them engaged with your organization and helping retain them on an ongoing basis, so they don't just give to you 1 year and then forget about you. So I hope you'll pick up this little book. It's, I said, a very easy read. It's something you could probably read on your lunch hour if you really want to, or you can read a chapter during each coffee break for the next week or so. And it'll help you strengthen your relationships with your business community. And remember that businesses are different than individuals, but it's always individuals who make the decision for the business. It's not an entity on paper that makes that decision. It's people who make the decision, and you have to learn how to get to the right people. So I hope you'll pick up this book and learn a lot from it. Thanks so much. Bye.